स्वागतम्। अद्य बुधवासरः, दिनाङ्कः 4, नूतनसंवत्सरस्य प्रथमो मासः, January 4th, 2012. तद्धितप्रकरणम्। प्रथमतः मङ्गलाचरणम्। रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते, रामं रमेशं भजे। रामेणाभिहता निशाचरतमो, रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं, रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। रामे चित्तरे सदा भूतु मे, भो राम मामुद्धर। राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे, सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। श्रीराम नाम वरानन ओं नम इति। अथ श्री माहेश्वर सूत्राणि। अ इ उण् रुल् ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् लण् ङ म ङ ण नम् जवैष् घडदश् जबगडदश् खफ छ ठ थ च ट तव कपै श ष सर हल् इति माहेश्वर सूत्राणि. Okay, last class we finished deriving this word vasantikah, the last thing we did. So we said, and we made a correction in the book. It says one born in a particular place or time. I don't know how we got this one, because the only sutram that I could find, as we discussed in the class, last class, was that this sutram which is vasantacha. Vasantacha tainsya chandasi. Also only chandasi. So only vasanta pratipadika. So let's, as usual, do a little refreshing here. We are in the adhikara of nya pratipatya parascha, which starts, of course, from 311, 312 pratyaha parascha. And then we also in the adhikara, so from pratyaha parascha, we in the adhikara, within that, we are in the adhikara of nya pratipadika, which starts from 411. Nya pratipadika starts from 411. And within that, we are in the adhikara of tadhitaha. Tadhitaha, which starts from 4176. In the Tadhita Prakaranam, we have a lot of adhikaras here. Lots. It's a difficult kind of subject because just the sheer magnitude of rules. There are more than 1,000 rules, various meanings, various pratyas coming, various affixes coming. But this last time we looked at this adhikara called Sheshe. Now Sheshe starts from 4 to 92 Sheshe, and goes all the way up to, tasya vikara, up to prior to that. So up to 43135 is tasya vikara. Yes, tasya vikara. 134, I'm sorry. So prior to that, and the shesha adhikara. Now, shesha, as we said, serves two purposes. Firstly is that in any miscellaneous meanings, which has not been specifically given, we can use a pratyaya an. That is, of course, an is coming from this adhikara of pragdivyato an, which we have talked about many times, pragdivyato an. So an was set as default back here from pragdivyato an, which is 4183. So the word divyat comes in 442. So as we discussed, this shesha adhikara is very important. It can be confusing. So last time we discussed in the class what are the two uses of sheshe, and here we have from last time's class we did this sheshe apatyadi chaturarthyantad anyorthaha sheshaha tatra anadiyah syu. So chakshusha grihyate chakrusam ityadi. So that is sheshe iti lakshanam grahana kshunyadishvartheshu uttara sutranupatteshu eshu anovidayakam. So when there are any miscellaneous meanings, we can use the anpratyaya. That's one thing. Second thing is that this adhikara of so what is this apatyadi chaturarthyanta that we discussed last time in the class is the first meaning Panini takes up is tasyapatyam. And then right before the shesha adhikara, which starts from 4 to 92, Panini gives this chaturarthi. Chaturarthi is, of course, like ashtadhyayi, chaturanam, rathanam, Samahara Chaturarthi. So Chaturarthi comes before Sheshe, and that is this one over here. See this one, 67, 68, 69, 70. Tadasminnastiti deshe tannamni ten nirvrittam tasya nivasa adura bhavascha. So these are all the meanings which came before Sheshe. Before Sheshe, all these meanings came. Now Sheshe starts in remainder meanings. So firstly, an can be used, which was the default coming from before. And secondly, all these pratyas which are defined from here on, 4 to 93, the Rashtravar Parad Ghakau, Rashtravar Parad Ghakau. So all these pratyas from Gha and Ka is given over here, and so on. All these pratyas, they can be used in the meanings in the Shesha Adhikara. The first meaning in the Shesha Adhikara is given here, which is Tatra Jataha. Tatra Jataha. So what these sutras from 4 to 93, all the way down, from 4 to 93, all the way down to 4.324, all they do is that they set the default pratyas for the Shesha Adhikara. For the Shesha Adhikara. So these pratyas from 4 to 93 up to 4.324, they are only telling us which pratyaya to use, after which kind of pratipadikam. Of course, don't forget that the prag divyat on is coming from way before, so that is the master default, so to speak, and these are coming within the Shesha Adhikara. And there we have sutram Vasantacha. Vasantacha. Vasantacha sutram, it says that following the word Vasanta, the pratipadikam Vasanta. The one more thing, but I keep on saying pratipadikam, but basically when you bring a tadita pratyaha, tadita comes not after the pratipadikam, it comes after subantam only. Subantam. So if you look at this sutram, it says that even though when we look at sutram like Vasantacha, which is over here, Vasantacha, you can look at the vritti Tain Syat Chandasi, that's all it says, but it is still into the Vasanta. We'll have after that a Supratyaya, and after that the Tain comes. If you have the appropriate Supratyaya, so if you say Vasante Bhavaha, Vasantikaha, then how do we get Vasante Bhavaha from? Because Vasantatra Bhavaha is one of the meanings given as Shesha Adhikaraha. So we just saw that after the Pratipadikam Vasanta, with the appropriate Supratyaya, the Pratyaya Tain can be used, and that is valid for the entire Shesha Adhikaraha. Within the Shesha Adhikaraha, we have the Sutram Tatra Bhavaha, which is 4.353. So we can use the Pratyaya Tain with this Vasanta Pratipadikam, with the Pratyaya Supratyaya Nin, between Tatra Bhava is Saptamyantat. So Vasanta plus Ni plus Pratyaya Tain. So that's how we got the word. And see, this is the difficult part, is finding the correct sutram to use the correct pratyaya in the nirdishtarthe, in the correct meaning. So once you get to this part, then the rest of it is easy, as you said. Then you just do Anubandha Lopaha, Bahalantyam. The entire samudaya gets the Pratipadika Sanya with Krit Tadhita Samasascha, and then Supo Dhatu Pratipadikayo is Supluk. This pratyaya takes Ni pratyaya takes luk. And then of course we do the Tasyekaha, the Thakara takes the Ikkadeshaha, and then finally we do the Taditeshvacha Madehe, the first vowel, the first among the vowels takes the Vridhyadeshaha. The pratyaya, when the pratyaya is a Tadita pratyaya with the Chavarga Panchama or Tavarga Panchama as a Nit, so it Vasanta. And Angam gets the Bhasanya, as repeated many times in the class. When you add a Tadita pratyaya, remember that the Angam has to get either the Bhasanya or the Padasanya. Never forget that. Because 1.4.17, 1.4.18 says that Swadishvasranamasthane, Padasanya, and then 1.4.18 says Yachibham. Since all the Tadita pratyayas are contained within the Swadi pratyaha, so when you add Tadita pratyaha, always immediately fix in your mind whether the Angam gets the Bhasanya or Padasanya. If it gets the Bhasanya, you have to call the subroutine from 6.4.129 Bhasya onwards. If it gets the Padasanya, you have to go to the Padasya Adhikara, which is 6.1.8.1.16 onwards is there. So that is what we decide. So here the Angam gets the Bhasanya, and then we do Yasyeticha, Ivaranantasya Bhasya, lopa bhavati tadhite ikare cha pare. So this akara takes lopaha, we get vasantika. Vasantika. So vasantika could be in any meaning in the shesha adhikaraha. But here we take an example of tatra bhavaha, which is 4353. So vasante bhavaha, vasantika, I can say masaha, one of the 2 months which occur in the vasanta ritu. So that's how we got the word vasantika. Vasantika. So you look at this number 40. So now I hope you're getting some understanding of the tadhita territory, little bit at least. It's not easy. It'll take some practice. But 4320 is in the section from 4293 up to 4324. So this entire section only sets the default affixes for the shesha adhikaraha. The shesha adhikaraha. Okay. So that's what we did. All this we did last time. Just want to refresh your memory. And now today, first of all, I want to make a correction from last time. Shuddhikaranam. As I said, you can never learn anything until you try to teach somebody else. Adhyapana deva jnanam dridham bhavati saraswati suprita bhavati. Saraswati becomes that. So last time I made an error in the class is that I mentioned these 2 rules in the class. We mainly discussed this rule in the class last time. Let's look at this one first. 4182. Samarthanam prathamadva. It's a very basic concept here. Samarthanam prathamadva. The confusion was that there's a word samartha in this sutram, and also in a kind of a sutram with a bigger domain, which is samarthaf padavidihi. Samarthaf padavidihi. So last time we were discussing samarthanam prathamadva, and the vritti said idam padatrayam adhikriyate pragdesha iti yavat. This is adhikara sutram. Samarthanam prathamad va. Tini padani santi asmin sutra. There are three terms in this sutram, and they each run. They run in the adhikara up to pragdish. So that is the pragdisha vibhakti. So up to 531. This adhikara runs up to 531, which is pragdisha vibhakti. So and it says that 3 of them run separately, which means even though one of them may not be valid for any part of this adhikara, the others will stay valid. Other 1 or 2 will stay valid. So it says idam padatrayam adhikriyate. Samarthanam prathamadva. Sutra simply says that, and this is where the small mistake came last time, is that the word samartha in this sutram means samarthyam means krita sandhi karyatvam, means that term is capable of samartha in expressing the meaning, arthabhidhane, in expressing the proper meaning. And you can only express the proper meaning when something has sandhikaryam already done in that padam. So what this means, this samarthanam prathamadva, which is 482, it says that the tadhita pratyaha will come after this term which has samarthyam. Samarthyam means that it is capable of expressing a meaning. Capable of expressing a meaning means what? That krita sandhi karyatvam. So that's why you see in the vritti krita sandhehe after sandhi karyam is done. So that is the meaning of samarthyam in this sutram 4182. And prathamad and va we discussed in the class. That was fine. Prathamad means prathama nirdishtad. So if you take a sutram tasyapatyam, for example, let's take tasyapatyam. So when we take tasyapatyam, then tasya is prathama nirdishta in the sutram. So that is the one mentioned first in the sutram. So if you say Dasharathasyapatyam puman dasharatihi Ramaha. Now both of them, Dasharatha and Ramaha, they both have samarthyam in expressing that connection between each other as father and son. Then who will take the pratyaha? Will it be Ramaha? Will it be Dasharatha? That's the question. The sutram says that prathamad. So prathama nirdishtad, which means that in tasyapat, in the sutram, in the tadhita pratyaya vidhayaka sutram, which is tasyapatyam in this case, tasya is coming first. Dasharathasya apatyam puman Ramaha. So Dasharatha will take the pratyaha, not Ramaha. Even though both of them expressed, the the connection between each other. There is, just the one which is mentioned first in the sutra. In this case, tasyapatyam. We just use tatra bhavaha. Tatra means we said vasante bhavaha, vasantikaha. So there also tatra bhavaha. Tatra was the prathama. So this is prathama nirdishtaha. Prathama nirdishtam padam in the sutram, which is coming first in the sutram. So that was we used 4350 tatra bhavaha we used. So that's the meaning of prathamad. And then va means pakshe vakyam api. You can also have a sentence. So it doesn't preclude the sentence. We can say Dasharathasyapathyam puman Ramaha, Nadashratihi Ramaha. We can also say, we can say this. We can just keep it as a sentence. Dasharathasyapathyam puman, or we can say Dashratihi. And in fact, we can also make a compound as a third possibility, because if you look at this Sutram 82 is the prior Sutram is Anyatarasyam. So we can include that also and keep it as a compound also. Dasharathapatyam. So we can have three forms now. We can have a Vakyam, Dasharathasyapathyam Puman, or simply Dasharathasyapathyam. We can say Dasharathapatyam as a compound. We can also say Dasharatihi. That's what that Va brings in. The Va along with Anyatarasya brings in these three things. Now, so we got Prathamad, we got Va, and Samarthanam here means that in which the Sandhi Karyam has already been done. Now that contrasts with that other sutra which we saw, which is the Samartha Padavidihi. Now, Samartha Padavidihi says that it's coming way back in 211 at the beginning of the Samasa Prakaranam. Samartha Padavidihi. So what that means is that the any Padavidihi, any operation involving a Padam has to have Samarthyam. Samarthyam is what? Padasambandhi yo vidhihi. Sa Samartha Shito Bodhyaha. So it depends on terms which have this, which are samartha. Samartha, what does samartha mean here? Atra samarthyam pruthagarthanam ekarthi bhavaha. Means there should be a logical connection between two terms to express a single meaning. For example, when we say, Dasharathasyapathyam we say, but in case if we change it and make Bharya Dasharathasya, so Bharya Dasharathasya, Apatyam Guroho. Now the son is not Dasharatha's son. It is Dasharatha's wife and the Guru's son. So when we say Bharya Dasharathasya, Apatyam Guroho, now we cannot form Dashratihi, because even though Dasharathasya is Shashtiyantam, even though what Apatyam is there, we cannot form a Tadita compound, or we cannot form a Samasaha or Tadita Prayogaha, because this Samarthyam is not there. There's not this, the word Dasharatha and Apatya are not capable of combining together logically to give a single meaning. So that is what it means Samartha Padavidihi. So Samartha Padavidihi is controls any vidhi in which the pada is used. So not, for example, if you use Sandhi Karyam, like Iko and Achi, the Akastamani Dirgha, that's not Padavidihi. It's Varnashrita Vidihi. So that doesn't require any Samarthyam, anything. So you can, when you say, A plus E equals O, that you don't have to check for Samarthyam. But we have a Padavidihi involving a Padam. Then the operations involving with the Padam, they have to have, it is Samarthashritaha Bodhya Vidihi. Even that there has to be logical connection. So we cannot just blindly say the Sharathasya and take Apatyam, make the Sharathapatyam as a compound, or make Dasharathi as a Tatha Pragaha. There is no Samarthyam there, because it is Bharya Dasharathasya, Apatyam Guroho, the Guru's son, and Dasharatha's wife. So we cannot combine them. So the confusion came in last class was, which I'm glad I made the mistake, because now I'll never make this mistake again. Punarna Bhavishyati. Is Samartha Padavidihi. Here Samartha Padavidihi says that Samarthyam is Pruthagarthanam Ekarthi Bhavaha. That's the Samarthyam in Samartha Padavidihi. and that controls not only tadditas but also samasas, etc. Anything in which a padavidhi, a padam is involved in some operation. So that is samartha padavidhi. It's a very important sutra in the Ashtadhyayi. It has a lot of implications, but the simple thing for this class right now is that any operation involved in a padam which is samasa vidhi, tadita vidhi, it has to be samartha shritaha. There has to be a logical connection between those, otherwise you cannot do it. While on the other hand, this one, samarthanam prathamadva, this only controls the adhikara from this 482 up to 531, up to parag disho vibhaktihi. And there the meaning is that samarthyam is kritasandhikaryatvam, means the pada is capable of expressing a meaning, means that inside the sandhi pada is already complete with the sandhikaram, etc. For example, if you take an example such as let's take an example over here. You say sutthitasya apatyam, sutthitasya. Now the tadita pratyaya should have, first you do sandhikaram first, you should make it suttithaha and then make it and then apply the tadita pratyaya after that. You cannot say su uttita, apply pratyaya after uttita and then do sandhi with su. You get the wrong form. So you'll have to first make it suttita and then make it like that. So you'll get this sauttitaha. Otherwise you'll get to, otherwise if you take su plus uttita and add the pratyaya an, the u will take vriddhi, becomes auttita. You don't want that. So basically this samarthyam in 482 means that the padam to which you're applying this tadita pratyaya, that has to be complete in the sense it has to be capable of expressing a meaning, means it has to have the sandhikaram done inside that. So anyway, from last class, these two rules both are important. This is a bigger rule in the sense samartha padavidhi. It controls not only tadita adhikara but samasas, etc. Anything which has a padavidhi has to have samartha shritaha, means samarthyam atra pruthagarthanam ekarthi bhavaha. And this samarthanam prathamadva, these are three terms which go from 4182 up to 531, and they mean samarthyam is kritasandhikaryatvam. Okay, so this correction from last, so don't confuse this samartha and samartha as we did in the class, as I did in the class, should say. So these are two different things. Okay, now next thing in the book, we're going to have some interesting time today, that trying to derive these two words, samajikaha and vaidikaha. Now samajikaha and vaidikaha, particularly vaidika is a very commonly form used, and you'll see, it's not that easy to derive that in that particular meaning. Let's start with samajikaha. What does the book say? Something fitting. Samaje sadhu, samaja plus thakka. Now quite honestly, I could not find its exact sutra for this tatra sadhu. Tatra sadhu adhikaraha, it starts from here, from 4498, tatra sadhu adhikara. And here sadhutvam is yogyata, atva pravinata. It's not, upakarakaha. So it is not one who's a benefactor, but tatra sadhu means one who is fit, proper, appropriate in that position, or one who is skilled at that, one who's good at that. So tatra sadhu means. So adhikara goes from 4498 tatra sadhu up to 106 tatra sadhu. And there I could not really find a proper sutram to form the word samajikaha. So 4498 tatra sadhu starts, it goes up to 106 Dashchandasi, 106. Now sadhu goes up to there. Now the thing is that let's look at this sutram. By the way, I didn't have to mention the class last time. Kalpesh has given us a nice new format for organizing our rules over here, which is editable right there. So now we're going to use this website as our home base for the sutras. We have the Prathama Vritti. Of course, a lot of typos and there are a lot of errors, but since everybody will be using this website, we will correct them over time. So here we have Tatra Sadhu, for example. We have Prathama Vritti will come sometime. Kashika is there. Also the English translation by Vasu. Then Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Then Bala Manorama Tika on the Siddhanta Kaumudi, Tattva Bodhini, and some of our notes over here. Only thing is Siddhanta Kaumudi also we're going to add over here. Anyway, so this is a new website I think when you click any of the links in any of the daily examples now, you go to this website. For example, if you take this one, you look at this link, it'll take you to the website. So already you've probably seen the website already. So it's going to be, because the good thing about this website is that you can edit right here. Any mistakes can be edited. Of course, right now the editing rights we haven't given to everybody. But if you see any mistake, just email us and we will do that. Okay, let me just talk to Krish. Namaskar, Krish. How are you?
Good.
Can you hear
good,
me?
Thanks.
Okay. You are first time in this class, is it? This is your first class?
Yes. First class, yes.
Okay. Did you notice? Go.
Couple of classes with Pritesh.
With Kalpesh, is it? Okay, good. Kalpesh, are you there? Are you there, Kalpesh?
Yes, I'm here.
No, I'm saying Kalpesh might be here on the web.
Yes, I'm
here. Can
here.
you advise Krish on how to go about the...
Hi, Kalpesh.
Oh, hi. Hello, Chris.
Can you hear Krish, Kalpesh?
Yes, I can hear him.
Good. So I was wondering,
he wants to know if this is the right class for him, or how we should go about, with the classes, Kalpesh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll send an email to Kalpesh directly. He sent me his email ID.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris, please go ahead and send me an email. And
okay, but if you want, you can join the class anytime.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kalpesh.
Okay. Thanks, Kalpesh. Thank you. Okay. Now so we're looking at this anyway. So this new yes, Kalpesh.
So you might want to look at 4433 also.
Go ahead.
You might want to look at 4433 also.
Yeah, I'm coming to all that.
Okay.
I'm coming to all that.
Okay.
It's coming, because if you look here, Kalpesh, you have here, it's coming down here now. See here. So, but I want to start with what the book has given, just to see if you can fit it there by any chance.
Okay, sorry, I'm just jumping up.
In fact, also, also 4443 is coming also, Kalpesh. 4443 also is coming. So, in fact, if you look at the Amar Kosha Tika, he gives this meaning as Samajika. So, anyway, we're coming there. So, yeah, Kalpesh is right. We have these two other rules which are probably more appropriate. But anyway, I'm starting with what the book has given. So, okay, so the website, I think all of you have seen now. This is the website. It is very nice, designed by Kalpesh. So we can put everything here. If we see any errors, you can always email and we'll correct them. It's very easy to fix this website. So, okay, I hope that over time we'll get it, cleaner as we go along. Okay, now, so Tatra Sadhu. That's 4490 of Tatra Sadhu. So if you look at that sutram, Tatra Sadhu, because what the book has given is that the book has given the meaning as something fitting. So Samaje Sadhu Tatra Sadhu. Now, this sutram doesn't seem to be fitting it's not fitting here. This sutram is not fitting here properly. Atrana Sadhu, sutram na Sadhu. It's not proper in this place. Okay, let's see why not. Let's look at what this 4498 says. Okay, it says that tatra iti saptami samartha sadhu iti tasmin arthe yat pratyabhavati. So it becomes samasu sadhu samanyaha karmanyaha sharanyaha. Now sadhu iha parveenaha yogyo vagriyate. Somebody who's skilled at that, who's fit, appropriate for that. No upakarakaha. He's not like one who is favoring or not benefiting, not in that meaning. Because it says tatrahi paratva tasmai hitam ityanena vidhina bhavitavyam. Because tasmai hitam is a separate section which starts from 515, and that means somebody who is beneficial, who is conducive to somebody else. So that is different meaning. Anyway, so tatra sadhu means here one who's skilled, one who's appropriate. Now here, if you look at, for example, a quick example I took from here is that we can take an example like agre sadhu agryaha. Don't forget that tatra sadhu, tatra iti saptami samartha sadhuritya itasmin arthe yat pratyabhavati. The adhikara of yat it's coming adhikara of yat. So that pragdivyato and is already finished. Because pragdivyato and finishes up over here. At over here, because divyat is coming over here, okay, and then from this adhikara, different adhikara starts from over here. So here tak adhikara is going on over here. So from tak and then below comes the yat adhikaraha. So yat adhikaraha comes from a little bit below over here, which will be down here somewhere. Because in fact this section, because praghitad yat starts from over here. In fact, this pada of the Ashtadhyayi, the 4.4 of Ashtadhyayi, is called the Tagyat pada. Tagyat, because it means the tag and the yat. So this sutram, of course, tatra sadhu, we cannot be using that sutram itself to get the form samajikaha. Remember, the pratyaya here is yat and not the tag pratyaya which the book has given. So at least we got the meaning here, tatra sadhu. So we can start with that and take an example here itself. Let's say agre sadhu agriyaha. Agriyaha is one who is good or skilled in front, who's proper, who's appropriate in the front. Means one who is a leader, prominent. Agre sadhu agriyaha. Agriyaha. So if you look at apte, for example, you look at the word agriyaha. So let's see what all he gives for agriyaha. So agre sadhu agriyaha. So one who is skilled in front, one who is proper in front. That's the meaning of the word agriyaha. Let's see what agriyaha. Agriyaha is who's foremost, choicest, most important, preeminent, first. Agriyaha. Agre, so it says. In fact, he gives agre jataha. Agriyaha. Interesting. Look at this one now. See, this is the fun of tadhitas, by the way. The fun of tadhitas is that it is not that these pratyas can come in various meanings, in various places. So now what agriya means according to apte here is that he says agre jataha. Agre jataha. Agra plus yat. Now where do you get that from? So that we just saw is in fact this is going to be the problem of today's class. Today's class is going to be a little bit kind of detailed and a little bit difficult because it's not going to be that easy to derive all these words in the meanings given in the book. So that is good in a way. So that gives you an idea that tadhitas is not straightforward like Subanta or Tinganta Prakranam, exactly like that. It's going to take some skill to find the exact match. Okay, so I hope you don't mind me giving you a real world examples in tadhitas. So tatra jata is coming over here. Now here the sutram is pragdivyato anya. So unless agra is in some gana, that pratyaya yat can be used, or maybe we can find some sutram with the yat over there. In fact, I would think tatra bhava would be better, one who occurs in front, because tatra jata was one who's born in front.
Satiji.
I don't know. That's yes.
44116.
44116, but that's not tatra jata, is it?
No, it's not tatra jata, but it's a special sutra for agradhyat.
Agra, but in what meaning? That's the thing. What does it say? Agradhyat. Good, we can try that. In fact, I'll make it more interesting now. So Kalpesh found a sutram for agradhyat. Let's see what that says. So 44116, right? Kalpesh? It says that agra shabda yat pratyahu tatra bhavaha ityasman vishay. Good. So tatra bhavaha. But how would apte get tatra jataha? So now it is, so that is the thing. See, this is what I mean. It is not because, tatra bhava I can understand. One who occurs in front. So it says tatra jata is what apte says. So this is what I mean. It's not that easy and then you're scratching your head. How can I get them in tatra jataha? So tadhitas unfortunately is one of the more difficult parts of the Ashtadhyayi, where it will require some patience, some skill, some little bit of tweaking, little bit of massaging to find a form that fits the correct meaning with the correct sutram. So agre jataha, I don't know where you got that from. Agre jata, because jataha adhikaraha only goes from 4.3.25 tatra jataha, unless agra is in some gana or somewhere it is. Tatra jata only goes from 25 to 37, from 4.3.25 to 4.3.37. Now you can try to find something in there that fits this tatra jataha, but you may not find it. Don't be disappointed if you don't find a sutram. In fact, so 4.3.25 to 37, I don't see a yat pratyaya being prescribed here. So now what we can then try to look is that maybe the pratyaya yat was prescribed somewhere here from one of these sutras over here, all these from 93 up to 4324, maybe somewhere there. But quite honestly, we may not be there. You have to be ready for that. It may not be there. It may not be there. So in fact, yeah, I did this sutram kalpesh is one good sutram, which is this 44116. I think he said 44116 says agradyat tatra bhavaha, in the mid tatra bhava, another agradyat. So this is 44116. Now, in fact, let's look at 44116 for a second again, since Kalpesh found it for us. Yeah,
so we have 53103 also.
Oh, 53103. Oh, interesting. I'm glad Kalpesh in the class. See, this is more interesting. The 53103. What does that give us? 53103. Let's look at that one.
There is a Shakadibhya.
Okay, 53103. 53103. Shakadibhyo yat. But in what meaning is that? 53103. Yes. Let's look at 531. Let's try that. 53103. 53103. 3103 is that Shakha ityavam adibhya pradipadikebhya yat pratyabhavati ivarthe. That's ivarthe. That's the thing, that's the problem, is that iva, like that. Shakha iva shakyaha. Mukhyaha. So mukhya, how about that? Mukhyaha is like the mouth. Mukhyaha. Jaganyaha. Shakha mukha jagana, like that. So what is ivarthe? It is like that. Like that. So now see, that's a different meaning now. We are searching for tatra sadhu.
Yat, yes. Agra is in that Shakadi list.
But is this Shakadi, is this only valid for Iva Arthe?
Agreed.
The meaning is Iva. So that's what I'm saying, Kalpesh, is that we got the form Agriya in variety, we can get in 2-3 ways. But to get the meaning of tatra sadhu, right? How are we going to get it? Now, maybe the meaning is not tatra sadhu. Maybe it's something else. Maybe the meaning is tatra bhavaha. Then we can, I like that sutram 44116 because it says one who occurs in front. That also could be, that could be another meaning, because see, this sutram which you are giving, this 531, in fact, let me read us 53103, right? Okay, let's try 53103. 53. This is what happens. You have to actually look around and try to find something which finally fits the meaning, arthaha, prakriti, and the pratyaha. So 53103 in the sense of like this. So that's not tatra sadhu. It's not even tatra jata, which Apte says. It's not tatra bhava either. So this one would be one meaning of this one, which is to take it in the sense of tatra bhavaha, which is 44116. I like that one a little bit. 441. So agradyat. Like bhave chandasi. You know what I think though, Kalpesh? I think, is it chandasi only though? Hold on 1 second. See, this is we have to make sure it is also bhashayam valid, because I see chandasi coming. I don't know how far that is going. So yeah, this is all chandasi, Kalpesh. Yeah, I forgot about that. Chandasi starts from 44110. Sa chandasi. Yes. I forgot about that. So 44110 is comes bhave chandasi. In fact, you know what is bhave chandasi? All this is for the Rudra Patha. That bhave chandasi is used because pratyaya yat is coming like meghyaya cha, vidyutya cha. All these words in the Sri Rudra Prashna. That's the sutram bhave chandasi. So this sutram bhave chandasi is for the Rudra Patha. Lot of the words in Rudra Prashna, they can derive from sutram bhave chandasi. Pratyaya yat is come. So like meghyaya cha, vidyutya cha, all that. So yes, see, Kalpesh found a good sutram, but that's only chandasi now. So you see all these complications, how they come now. You're trying to get the meaning of the word agriha. And this word agradyat comes, that's only chandasi. That didn't help us. Then 53103 also was there. Agra is in that, but that's only iva arthe, who is like the tip, like the foremost. So like that. Well, that may be one of the ways to do it. And then you look at Apte, what Apte gives, he gives tatra jata. That's another twist on it now. So look at that. For that tatra jataha, we have to find a sutram either between 4.3.25 and 4.3.37 specific tatra jataha arthe, or we have to find a sutram which is prior to 4.3.25 which sets some default pratyaya for agra in the shesha adhikaraha. Okay. Now, what I think might also fit, tatra bhavaha also comes over here. It comes in 4.3.53. And then digadibhyo yat is, so maybe agra is in that. Digad, at least we can form agriha. Tatra bhava not chandasi but bhashayam api. Maybe digadibhyo yat might have it. You can try it. 4.3.54. So 4.3.54 might have it. 4.3.54, which is digadibhyo yat. Like antya. Alontya. So halantyam antya. Ante bhava antya. So that is, I think the word anta might be here, I hope. So like anta is here. Like see anta, mukha, jaghana. So these all is, are coming here. So they are like antya, ante bhava, ante, the ending vowel, right? Ending letter. So it says halantyam. So antya. So now maybe agra might be here by any chance. Even if it is not, we would extend it, So I don't see agra here, but it could have been here. Anyway, so this is the fun of the ditas. Uptick is a meaning tatra jataha. We cannot find it. We try to fit it in this one, tatra bhavaha. Be possible. We can try to digadibhyo yet we can do. Now Kalpesh found two rules for us, which is, this 4.4.11. See, that's only chandasi, unfortunately. That would have been nice to use, but that is chandasi. So unless you want to extend that one from chandasi to bhashayam, that could be possible. Then Kalpesh, another one for us, 5.3.103, but that's in the wrong meaning. That's ivarthe. So that's shakhadibhyo yatta. Now what is actually given here, what I read in a document here is that agre sadhu. Agre sadhu. How is that justified? Because tatra sadhu didn't say, which prakriti. So the general rule, we can, the adhikara of yat is coming down from 4.4.75. From 4.4.75, the adhikara of yat is coming down. So definitely, as far as Ashtadhya is concerned, we can use sutram tatra sadhu. And then, so it's really a pun on this, isn't it? That this sutram atra sadhu, this sutram is capable of deriving this form for us. So we can use this praghita yat and use along with tatra sadhu, and we can take the pradipadikam agra, and then agre sadhu agriha. One who's fit in the front, one who's good in the front, one who's skilled in the front, and we can say agra plus. And once we get the pratyaya, then it's straightforward. Agra plus me by 4.4.98 along with the adhikara of praghita adyat from 4.4.75, and then we do anubandha lopa. The anubandha lopa halantyam, then supluk by supo dhatu prajvidikayoho, and same thing here. Angam gashta bhasanya by yachibham, and yasyiti cha akar lopa agriya. So agriya. So agriya, we can get the form agriya by this meaning. But we are looking for samajikaha. We don't want the word agriya. We want samajikaha. Now samajikaha, we cannot use this sutram at least, because this only will take the pratyaya yat. Adhikara of praghita yat is coming up. Yatulyasya prayatnam. Okay. So is what is Kalpesh is saying. Asya. Yes, good. So 5.3.1.3 has asya. Okay. Now, so how do you get the form samajika? Samajika. Okay. So it won't fit 4.4.98. The problem is the book has given tatra sadhu. So 4.4.90 we cannot use, because this only has anubhuti of yat coming in there. Then how about, can we use this one maybe? Kathadibhyashthak. So at least we got what the book has given. We have the pratyaya thak. We have the meaning tatra sadhu. But unfortunately this word samaj is not in that gana. Kathadibhya shabdebhya shthak pratyaya bhavati tatra sadhuritye tasmin vishaye. Apavada for yat. So we got the pratyaya. We got the meaning also tatra sadhu. But now the word samaja is not in this thing. So kathayam sadhu kathikaha. So kathikaha is one who's good at telling stories or narration, good at narrating, who's skilled at that, who's fit for that. So kathika, again the the prakriya is the same. Katha plus ni plus tak, because tatra sadhu is saptami astral, so that's why we saptami tatra, because saptami is given by tatra. So we get katha ni plus tak, and then we do as usual halantyam, then we do supluk from here, and then we get tasyekaha, and then we get adivriddhi by the kiticha sutram with the tadita pratyaya, which is kit, is following the first among the vowels, take vriddhi. So by kiticha 72118 we get katha plus ika, and again bhasanya yasyaticha kathikaha. But so we got this. So can we put samaja in here? Probably not. Probably not, because of the fact that this sutram which is coming, which is this 44102. If you look at the words in this sutram, see, one way to extend the list of a sutram, the gana, is to find a similar word at least. If you so 44102, look at 44102. There's nothing here close to samaja coming in here. We don't see anything with samaja, because we look at 44102, we get katha, vikatha, vitanda, kushchit, janavadaha, vritti, sadgraha, guna, gana, ayurveda is there, kathadihi. So unfortunately I don't think samaja will fit together. Okay, can we try something else? How about this one? Gudadibhyashtai. The same adhika, tatra sadhu. That's, we can make the time pratyaya maybe. Gudadibhya shabdebhyashtai pratyaya bhavati. Tatra sadhu ityasmin vishe. So yato, this is also an apavada for yat. Remember, all this is coming in the adhikara of pragita adyat from 4475. So even that doesn't really fit to it, because this what this means is guda. Guda is like jaggery. So gude sadhu gaudikaha ikshu. So this is a sugar cane which is good at, fit for, excellent for making jaggery. So that is the gude sadhu gaudikaha. So that is ikshuhu. So here also, so I'm sorry, guda plus ni plus guda plus ni plus time, we can use 44103, and we can then of course do again supluk and halantyam and tasyekaha, then the adivriddhi by taditeshvacham adehe, and then we do the bhasanya yasyati, check at gaudikaha. But even here I don't think the word samaja will fit in this set of the gudadibhyashtai. So 44103, if you look at it, 44103 gudadibhyashtai. 4103, it says that, look at the words over here. These are all like khadya padarthani. So you get saktu, yavaha, gudaha, you like bodily and jaggery, and words like that. So pravasaha, nivas. Well, not only that, there's some also upavasaha, nivasaha, pravasaha, sanghataha. Then maybe we can put samaja here. Maybe you can try that. Maybe that's a possibility, but it seems unlikely. So bottom line is that we're not able to find a good proper sutram in the adhikara tatra sadhu to justify this samaje sadhu. Then how do you get, but the word samajika has a prasiddha, prasiddha shabdaha, prasiddham rupam. So it's not only khadya padarthaha, it's not anything like that. So now then what do? Then we have, as Kalpesh was saying, rakshati, sutram called rakshati, 44. Look at the number 4433. As I mentioned to you, that I hope you're starting to get a little bit of feel of the adhikaras here, is that the adhikara of thak starts from here, pragvatesh thak, and goes up to 4475, up to the word, this here, pragita adyat, and then tadvahati starts from here. Now, in the book we have, he has given the sutram, he has given the form samajika, pratyaya thak has been given. So maybe we can try for a sutram in the thak adhikara. Try if you can get something there, maybe. Try if you can see something there. And there is a sutram which says, rakshati. Taditi dvitiya samarthad rakshati ityetasminnarthe thak pratyabhavati. So one who protects that, one who protects something. So that something, okay, the pratyaya thak. For example, samajam rakshati iti samajikaha. So, and then what is samajaha? Samajanti yasmin iti samajaha samuhaha. One who protects society, who protects the group, is samajikaha. So it says samaja plus because dvitiya samarthad tadrakshati. So chak pratyaya vibing. Once we got that, then of course remaining steps are straightforward. We do supluk, supodhati pradipikayoho, again same thing, halantyam, tasya ikaha, ika adeshaha, and then we do the adivriddhi, taditeshva madehe, and kiticha 72118, and then we do yasyiticha. Bhasanya yachibam yasyiticha. We get the word samajikaha. So this would be a good meaning of samajikaha, because we get samajam rakshati samajikaha, because this sutram gives authority to use the pratyaya thak after a pradipadikam, which is the thing or which is being protected. So we can clearly use samajam rakshati samajikaha. So one who protects the group or society, samajikaha. Similarly, we get the form mandalikaha. So mandalam rakshati mandalikaha. The mandalika is like the kings, the subordinate kind of rulers are called the mandalika. So they support, they protect the mandalam, so mandalika. We can say nagaram rakshati nagarikaha. How about that? Nagaram rakshati nagarikaha. So one who protects the city, the town, is called nagarikaha. Well, it's loosely speaking, citizen supposed to protect the city. So nagarikaha, we can take that. So now here we found one way to form samajikaha, but it does not fit the meaning which the book has given, which is the tatra sadhu. But we found this one way. There's one more way. There is a sutram which is samavayan samavaiti. Now what does sutram say? Look at same adhikara, which is the pragvhate thak. So this adhikara. So in this adhikara of the thak adhikara, we can find couple of good meanings to get the word samajikaha. But it will not be the meaning which the book has given, tatra sadhu. Tatra sadhu we could not, because tatra sadhu, why not use the same thing, tatra sadhu? Because tatra sadhu came in the adhikara of praghita yat. So we cannot use the sutram tatra sadhu as it stands, because that's in the adhikara of yat adhikara. It's not in the thak adhikara. So we cannot use that sutram tatra sadhu, but we can use this one. Is 4443 samavayan samavaiti. What it means is that samuhavachibhyaha. So following is samuhavachibhya, even better, because clearly samaja is samuhavachakaha. Samuhavachi sabdaha. Samuhavachi sabdaha. Samuhavachibhyo ditiyantebhyaha taksya. So we got the samuhavachi sabdaha. We got the pratyaya thak also. We have the adhikara of pragvhate thak. But in the meaning of samavaiti tyarthe, atra sam ava eti samavaiti. This is dhatu in gatau with the upasarga dvayam, so dva upasargau, which is the sam and ava. Iha samava purvasya inaha arthaha pravishya ekadeshi bhavanam, means someone who comes and becomes a part of that. Someone who comes and becomes having entered that, he gets kind of assimilates in that. To assimilate in something, to come and become a part of it. So someone who comes and assimilates in society is samajikaha. So we can say samajam samavaiti samajikaha. The steps are the same as before, because pratyaya is stuck here also. So we can, all the steps are the same as here, but a different meaning now. Rather than saying rakshati. Now the thing is, rakshati did not say which pradipadikam could take it. A general rule, we can use any pradipadikam. Of course, we should not. It has to be some shishta prayagaha, but we can use, as long as that's the thing being protected, we can use the pratyaya thak in the sense of rakshati. So this one is good, but this one is slightly better, because this was specifically saying, samuhavachibhyaha vitiyantebhyaha taksyat samavaiti ityarthe. But the meanings are different, but this meaning is in rakshati. So Rakshati. Well, this meaning is the Samavayan Samavaiti. So he becomes a part of that. So now that is the difference now. Now none of these are in the meaning which given in the book, which is the Tatra Sadhu. So anyway, I want to give you a gist of how it is not that easy to get the right meaning. And of course, you look at the context, you have to get some practice. The first thing you want to do is try to get his adhikaras properly in your mind as to where is the pratyaya adhikara. Like for example, where is the chak adhikaraha, where is the yat adhikaraha, where is prag divyato an, where is sheshe, all these, where is prag disha bhaktihi. We need to know these fairly well to try to spot the proper place. Of course, see for example, this one here I took from Amar Kosha commentary. We can always go to Shabda Kosha and we can get like, but unfortunately as we saw, Apte gave Tatra Jataha. Samaj he became Samajika. Agriha, I'm sorry. So Agriha Jataha, Agriha. We couldn't find that. So you should not be surprised. So I hope you're getting an idea that, this is more like an art form, which is not like mathematics. You just look up and quickly, you do it like that. It could be variety of meanings could be possible. No pratyas could be possible. And this Ganapatha also requires some, it is a bit of, to be honest, it's kind of outdated now. The Ganapatha is a bit outdated. So following that time, there might be some changes in the usage, etc. So we have to extend the Ganas also. Okay, so now to wrap up this discussion one last time is that we tried to form this word in this Samajikaha. And at least I couldn't find the meaning in which is given Tatra Sadhu. I could not find the sutram there. Tatra Sadhu comes the adhikara of Yat adhikara. So we cannot use that sutram itself. I could not find a good sutram below that either to justify Tatra Sadhu. It is etasminnarthe. The two things which I did find these two, which is the Kathadibhyashtak, but I don't think Samaja would fit in that one. And this Gudadibhyashtai, even there I don't know which would fit. It would not fit. But we did find the word Agriha over there. Agriha. Then Kalpesh gave us a couple of suggestions, which was, to form Agriha, we're looking at 44116, but that is Chandasi. You could not use that. And then also Kalpesh suggested to form the word Agriha now. He suggested this word, 453103, but that is in the word, that is Ivarthe. That also did not fit. Then I thought maybe what might fit to form the word Agriha, maybe Tatra Bhavaha maybe, because there we can use even Tatra Bhava may not work, but we have this next sutram Digadibhyo Yat. So there maybe Agriha could have fit over there. It's possible, because that who occurs in front. Digadibhyo Yat. Look at that one, 4354. Here it is one last time before we sign off this prakaranam. So 4354 we were trying to use to form that word Agriha. So just to you give here. So here are the different words over here. So but there I don't see, but maybe we can fit Agriha over here. So it says that Disha Varga Puga Gana Dhyaya Mitra Malika Rakshan Adi Antajagana Om Shakal and so on. Anyway, so that was another way. Now then what we did was that we moved on and we said, well, maybe we can use it not in the Tatra Sadhu, different meaning. So this was a good meaning, Rakshati. If I think that might Apte might, let me see what Apte is given. Let's see what Apte is given for Samajika. He may have given this one. He may have given Samajam Rakshati, Samajikaha. Let's see what Apte has given. Samajikaha. Samajikaha. Apte gives Samaja Sabhaveshanam Prayojanam Asya. He's giving belonging to assembly by 443. So he is actually taking it by this one. He's taking it by 443 down here. Samavaya and Samavaiti. This is probably the best sutram for Samaj. Okay, let's wrap up this one now. So I think this one fits the best. Samavaya and Samavaiti is one who comes and assembles, assimilates in society. Is Samajikaha. Okay. Now Okay. Now let us, while we are talking about adhikara of thak adhikara, so that's samajikaha for you. I hope I haven't confused you more than I'm sure, but it wasn't very straightforward. But I just took one more sutra of adhikara of thak, which is dharmam charati, dharmikaha. Dharma, see a special sutram for dharmam charati. So it's one single sutram to find, just to find the word dharmikaha. Dharma shabdat taditi vitiya samarthat charati iti tasmin arthe thak pratyabhavati. Dharmam charati dharmikaha. So just to find the word dharmikaha, Panini has one special sutram, one who follows dharma. One who conducts or follows dharma is dharmam charati dharmikaha. So 441. I mean, just because we're in the adhikara of thak, because he has said the way the book has organized these sections is that he gives this thak. So thak goes from 441 to 4 up to 4474 really. 4475 starts different thing. So here I thought we'll give one more sutram over here, which is this one, which is dharmam charati dharmikaha. Okay. Now the word Vaidika is also another interesting word, Vaidika. If you look at Apti again, what he gives for word Vaidika, if you look at it over here, is over here. This one also I spent a lot of time on this. I could not really find, Santoshaha, Santosho na jayata. I could not get a good satisfaction with this word Vaidikaha. So Vaidikaha, Apti gives, what Apti gives is this word, Vedam veti adhite va thai vedeshu vihitaha thakva. Okay, look at this now. It says tad adhite tad veda. So it's one meaning he gives. Atva tatra vihitaha. This word has the meaning. So let's look at this one. Now it says that there is sutram 4260. Look at the number, by the way. Look at the number. This is before the shesha adhikaraha. This is coming before shesha. So this is the more sutras you use from tadita adhikaraha, the more comfortable you will get in trying to understand this adhikaraha. So 4 to 60. So next time you use sutra from the adhikaraha, pay attention where it is. So now we know shesha starts from here. But before that is sutram 4 to 60 says Kratu thadi sutranta thak. And there is coming the meaning of tadati tadadhite tadveda. So one who studies that, or one who knows that. One adhite, one who studies that, or one who knows that. So following that, whatever that person is studying or knowing, that will take that's the prakriti. Take the pratyaya thak. Tadadhite tadveda is coming in this pragdivyat an again, all the way from back pragdivyat an. Only this one, so if you want to get the meaning of, vedam adhite, atva vedam veda, take it like that, then we have to find a sutram in this section, tadadhite tadveda, with the pratyaya thak. Remember, to get all the three together. That's the whole exercise here. So to get these three together, prakriti, pratyaya, and the artha. We got the artha over here, tadadhite tadveda. Prakriti was not specified, so we can use Veda. But then how to get the pratyaya thak? The third piece. Then we can say, can we use this one? Kratu uktadi sutranta thak. Let's try that one. Then if we can somehow fit in this here, it says kratu. So following a yajnavachi shabda, which is uktadi is a gana. And sutranta, a word ending in the word sutra. So we don't see these two are, because this sutranta we don't have. We're trying to use the word Veda, add the pratyaya thak, tadadhita tadveda, and try to get the meaning Vaidikaha. In today's day when we saw Vaidikaha, Ayam Vaidikaha, when we say, it means that he is a priest who studies the Veda, who understands the Veda, maybe, who knows the Veda. Correct? So now, if you want to fit in this adhikaraha, then we try to use sutram which gives a thak. But thak is only given after these, kratu. Kratu is a yajnaha. Veda is not that. Then uktadi is a ganaha. Unfortunately, Veda is not there either. Then sutrantat. This, of course, Veda doesn't end in the word sutra. So unfortunately, 4 to 60 as it stands, unless we can fit it in the uktadi, it won't fit over there. Now, just to give you, make it more complicated now, is that if you look at the Uktadi Ganaha, which is 4 to, I'm sorry we're going through all the details, but it'll give you a good feel, what you deal with, what you have to go through to form these Tadita words. In some cases, this doesn't happen all the time, but in some of these cases you have to really find out. Uktadi Gana, if you look at that, Uktadi Gana, it'll be somewhere, it'll be here. Uktadi. Yes, Uktadi. Ukta, Lokayata, Nyaya. So, Nyasa. So, so you can say, like, these words are like that. So, yeah, so Yajnikaha, word Yajni is here. You can use the word Yajnikaha. So we can, here also Dharma, Dharmikaha, we can use here also. So one who knows Dharmaha, or one who studies about Dharma, yes, so and so on. So Sanghata, Vritti, Sangha, and Ayurveda, how about that? We can find the word Ayurvedikaha. Now the fact that the word Ayurveda is given here, it leads me to believe it's going to be hard to fit the word Veda over here. If Ayurveda is being given, then Veda is not being given. So it specifically says the word Ayurvedikaha can be formed. So Ayurvedam Adhite athva Ayurvedam Veda. So Ayurvedikaha would be somebody who studies, who knows Ayurveda. But Veda is not here. Okay? Then can we use some Vartikam here maybe? Yes, there is some Vartikam here, and Vartikam is this Vartikam which I put in the document here, which says that Puranam Adhite Veda Pauranikaha. How about that one? Pauranikaha. Vartikam says Akhyana Akhyayika Itihasa Akhyanaakhyayike Itihasa Purane Vyashtag Vaktavyaha. So following the word Akhyana, Akhyayika, like a narratives or stories, so one who studies or one who knows them well, can be Akhyanikaha. Akhyanikaha, we can do Akhyanikaha, and so on. Itihasa, Aitihasikaha, so one who studies the Itihasa, one who knows the Itihasa. Purane Bhyashtaka. So we can form the word Pauranikaha by this. So we can say Purana Madhite Vedava Pauranikaha. The steps are same over here as this one. Once you add the pratyaya tak, all the steps are same as this, So Puranam, you say Purana Madhite, Purana plus same thing. With Anubandha Lopaha, Supluk, Tasyekaha, and do the Adi Vriddhi by Kiticha, and then Pauranikaha. But the word Veda is not there. We have Akhyana, Akhyayika, Itihasa, Purana. We don't have it. So we can form Purana Madhite Vedava Pauranikaha. Then can we somehow extend this maybe and get Veda Madhite Vedava Vaidikaha? See, this is what I mean, is that it's such a at least in today's day and world, the word Vaidika definitely has the meaning. In fact, Apte has given that also. Apte also gives that one who studies Veda. But how do we get that form? How do we get the form Vaidikaha? So Vedam Vetti Adhiteva. So the teacher clearly is saying that, isn't it? Is that he says that Tadadite Tadveda. So now, okay. So let's look somewhere else maybe. So maybe you can extend this Vartikam. Unlikely. You can try. That could be one way out. We can put in Uktadi Ganaha. Again, it will be unlikely there also because of the fact that Ayurveda is there. Then Veda should have been there. It was not there. Now there's one more Gana is there. The Vasantadi Ganaha. No, Vasantikaha. So maybe we can put it there, maybe. There's another Adhikar, another Gana in this same. We're trying to find a Sutram where we can use the Pratyaya Thak following the Prakriti Veda in the sense of Tadadite Tadveda. Vasantadibhyasthaka. Vasantikaha. So Vasantaha here is Upalakshanam for, it is a text which is studied in the springtime. So Vasantikaha. So one who knows, or one who studies this particular text, which is studied in the springtime, Vasantikaha. But probably Veda won't fit in there. Okay, can we look somewhere? So anyway, one way out which put Uktadi-gana or the Vasantadi-gana, not very satisfying. Not very satisfying, Okay, can we do something else then? How about let's skip this for time. Let's go down here. We look at the Dhatavritti of Madhavaha. What Madhava says is that Adhyatmaditvat Shaishikashthaim iti pratyaya. Okay. Now this is actually a very important Vartikam. Adhyatmadi, Adhyatmadi Bhyash Thai. This is a Vartikam under 4360. Look at the number again, 4360. Now 4360 comes in this Adhikar of Tatra Bhavaha. Tatra Bhavaha comes this 4360, comes in Adhikar of Tatra Bhavaha. Because Tatra Bhavaha starts from 4354. For 4353 we start Tatra Bhavaha from down here. So 4360 is in the sense of Tatra Bhavaha. And there this Vartikam which says that, this is that Adhyatma Adeshthayishyate. This is a very important Vartikam. It says that you can take, and Adhyatma Adi is a Adhyatmikam. So, like it comes in Gita, it's Adi, so Adhyatmika, so there are a lot of these words, Adi Bhautika, which are formed using the Pratyaya Thai in the sense of Tatra Bhavaha. Now, the Adhyatmadi Ganaha is Akriti Ganaha. So we could take Vede Bhavaha is Vaidikaha. That is possible. But that's what, so one more time, this Vartikam is under the Sutram 4360. It says the Pratyaya Thai can be used in the sense of Tatra Bhavaha, following the Adhyatmadi words, Adhyatma, etc. Adhyatma. So now, and that is Akriti Ganaha. So we can extend that. So we can say that, like what Aihikam, Iha Bhavam Aihikam. How about Sheshe Bhava Shaishikaha Pratyayaha? So Shaishikaha. So a Pratyaya which occurs in the Sheshe Adhikara Shaishikaha. Aihikam. Like Swabhave Bhava Swabhavikam. Swabhaviko Gunaha. So this is a very, very common Vartikam. Please make a note of this under 4360. If you see the Pratyaya Ika, basically the Tha becomes Ika by 7350 Tasyakaha. In the sense of Tatra Bhavaha. Then like Akasmat Bhavam Akasmikam. Akasmikam. So this is a very, very common, important usage with the Pratyaya Tha, in this case Thai. Thai is used after a something, saying one which occurs there. One which occurs there. So, and these are some good examples. Iha Bhavam, one which occurs here, is Aihikam. Of course, the Adivriddhi is taking place in all these places by 72117. Taditeshvacha Mahadehe. So, Aihikam. Then Shaishe Bhavaha Shaishikaha Pratyayaha. Then Swabhave Bhavaha Swabhaviko Gunaha. So, like Naisargikam. Nisarge Bhavam Naisargikam. So you can see how common this is. Vede Bhavam Vaidikam. How about Vaidika Karma? No, that we can do. Because it is a ritual which occurs in the Veda. That is fine. We can take Adhyatma Adeshtayishyate and make Vede Bhavam Vaidikam Karma. So Vede Bha Vaidikaha Dharmaha Vidhi. We can do all of that. It's a Vidhi which is found in the Veda. We can do that. We can do that. Then how about this one? We can do Vede Bhava Vaidiki Paddhati Sandhya. Vaidiki Sandhya. Sandhya Vidhi which occurs in the Vedas. So we can do that. So Vaidiki, of course, don't forget that is Pratyaya Thai when you do. We can use this Sutram when you have to make it in a feminine form. Let's not remind ourselves that nothing can be used in the feminine unless it is checked out by the Adhikara of Striyam. So Striyam. And there is Sutram which all of us like. Sutram which is 4115 over there. Tidhani Dvaya Sajdadnai Matra Tayap Taktai. So Pratyaya Thai is a Pratipadik when is Pratyaya Thai, then the C Pratyaya Neep has to be used. Neep, not the Ajadyata stop. So it will be Vaidiki Paddhati. Vaidiki Sandhya. So these are, we can do that. So as Madhava says, Madhava in the Dhatu Vritti says that Adhyatma Aditvat Shaishikashtai. So Madhava realizes that, remember Madhava is, about roughly speaking 14th century, maybe 13th century, somewhere around there. Which is much later than Ashtadhyayi, much after Kashika, etc. Before Siddhanta Kaumadi, but before Siddhanta Kaumadi. So he realized that the word Vaidika is a well-used word. So he gives us a way to form that word by this Adhyatma Adeshthai, which is fine. But the meaning, don't forget that the important thing we learned today's lesson is that in which meaning is the pratyaya being used? In tatra bhavaha. So if you can say Vede bhavaha, then we can say Vaidika. That is fine. So Vaidika karma. But if you're talking about a priest, Purohitaha, you cannot say Vede bhava Purohitaha. He is not somebody who appears in the Veda. He's one who studies the Veda, maybe, one who knows the Veda. Then so this is fine. Adhyatma aditva sheshikashtai, and we use the Vartikam Adhyatma adeshtai. Again, very important Vartikam. Please make a note of this. Whenever you see any word, and there are many of these words which end in ika, sense of tatra bhavaha, use this Vartikam. Adhyatma adeshtai under 4360, like Sabhavika, Naisargika, Aihika, and so on and so forth, Akasmika, and etc. etc. So this is a very, very, very common, like Laukika. How about Laukika? Loke bhavaha, Laukikaha, Laukikam, and so on. Okay, but that will not give us the meaning of what the book has given. Well, this will be actually, I'm sorry, the book is belonging to. We can use that. Vaidikam. Correct. Vaidikam karma. So the book is fine. Something belonging to. Something occurring in. More is not belonging, it should be occurring in the Veda. So we can use that. So this one is fine. But as we know, when we talk about a priest, Purohitaha, and we say he's a Vaidikaha priest, he's not occurring in the Vedas. That's not true. Okay, now, alright, so now can we somehow fit this word Veda in this sutram or the Vartikam which we just saw, which is the Akhyana, Akhyaike, Itihas, Puranebhyashtak, this Vartikam maybe, or can we, well, the Vartikam is one way out, can we try to fit it in the sutram itself, in this this Ukta Adiganaha, can we fit in this maybe, Vasanta Adiganaha maybe. The biggest problem I have is the following. There's also one more Vartikam under 4260, which says that Sarva Sader Vigosh Chalaha. This Vartikam says that if you have the word Sarva or So at the beginning, or a Dvigu Samasaha, then this Pratyaya Chak takes Lopaha, takes La, means look, it takes look. Okay, one more, let's step back for a second. We're talking about the Sutram 4260, which prescribes a Pratyaya, which is the Tat Pratyaya, the meaning of Tadadite Tadveda. And we're trying to see somehow can we fit the word Veda in here. Okay. There is a Vartikam under the Sutram 4260, which says that if you have a Pradipadikam, which is Prakriti, which is beginning with the word Sarva or Sa, Sarva Sader. So Sarva Adehe, Sa Adehe, Sader. Dvigoscha, Dvigu Samasaha. Then this Pratyaya Thak takes look. So we get Sarvan Vedan Adhite Sarva Vedaha. So when we had Sarva Veda and we add a Pratyaya and then it takes look. So we can Sarvan Vedan Adhite Sarva Vedaha. Now this Vartikam of course has commentaries on it, and there in the commentary Kayatacharya and Haradatta Mishra, Haradattaha, they both say the Pratyaya An takes look, not Thak. Okay, one more time. We're talking about Sutram 4-60. In the Adhikara of Pragdivyato Anna. This 4-60 is a precise Pratyaya Thak. But this Vartikam is saying that if you have this Sarva or Sa beginning term, or Dvigu Samasaha, then the Pratyaya takes look. Didn't say which Pratyaya. In this meaning of Tadadite Tadveda. So the Vartikam is saying that if you have a Prakriti beginning with Sarva or Sa, or with Dvigu Samasaha, and you bring in a Pratyaya, not necessarily Thak, in the meaning of Tadadite Tadveda, one who studies that, one who knows that, Pratyaya will take look. Say Sarvan Vedan Adhite Sarva Vedaha. And commenting on that, Kayata Acharya is a commenter on the Mahabhashyam. Haradatta is also a very reputed commenter on the Kashika. And they both say that ano look. The pratyaya an was used over here and took look. So we say sarvan vedan adhite. The pratyaya an has to be used. Now that leads me to think, we say vedam adhite. How can we get the pratyaya thak in there then? If we say sarvan vedan adhite, pratyaya an has to be used. Then how can we get pratyaya? This will be a little bit difficult to justify thak after the word Veda. Particularly, as I said, because the word Ayurveda is contained in the Ukthadiganaha. So to form Ayurvedikaha. So this is now tells you, so I'm not able to find a sutram to form the word Vedikaha in the meaning of Tadadhite Tadveda. We can use this one, the Tattva Bhavaha, to get yes, Kalpesh.
So Ji, Apte says Vedam Vetti Adhite.
That's what I'm trying, that's the problem, but Kena Sutrana Vihitaha Pratyaha. That's it, I know that, I saw that Apte says Vedam Vetti Atva Adhite. So that's he's clearly talking about this Adhikara 4-59. So Adhite Tad Veda. I understand that, what Apte is saying. So I'm looking at this Adhikara in detail, and I'm just not able to find any satisfaction here, to get this one. Now you can say, well, we don't care, that's okay, we can always do that. But it just doesn't fit in this sutra. Because this sutra has a Vartikam on that, which says, Pratyaya takes look, and then commenting on that, the most respected commenters have said, Sarvan Vedan Adhita, you have to use the Pratyaya an and not thak. Not only that, Ayurveda is there, then how can Veda not be there? That is not there. So I don't know. I don't know how you get this meaning. But again, the word is common. Vaidika, everybody says Vaidika Purohitaha. He's a Vaidika priest. So this is where we have to accept, I think, to be very honest, unless I'm missing something. We have to finally accept that the language has expanded beyond what Panini allows in the Ashtadhyayi for some of these words. So that's the basic lesson for today, is that you will not be able to find the exact match in all Tadita Prayogaha in the Ashtadhyayi. In fact, there is this very not a good saying. It says Taditeshu Mudaha Paniniyaha. Taditeshu Mudaha Paniniyaha. Means the followers of Panini don't understand Taditas. What it basically implies is that every well-known word in the Tadita Prayogaha, Shishta Prayogaha, Tasya Samarthanam na bhavati. Ashtadhyayi Vihitena Sutrena. So Sutrena Samarthanam na bhavati sarvatra. So we cannot always justify even a well-known form like Vedika using the Ashtadhyayi. So this is the difficult part of the we have to be ready for this, that even, Apte gives the meaning, but we cannot find it anywhere. So we have to find some commentaries, and I looked at all the commentaries. I looked at all the commentaries which I have. And some of them do give Vedam Adhite, Vedam Veda, but without giving any sutra. The only one I found was this one, which is Adhyatma Adhitva, which is fine. But that's not in the meaning of one who studies that, one which occurs in there. You cannot use that. Okay, so let me leave you with that. If any of you find any better way to form the word Vedika in that meaning, let me know and we'll put a correction, but I'm not able to find it. But the book is fine. The book didn't say that. Book says one which occurs, not belonging to, we can make it occurs there. That one is fine. We use the 460 Vartikam. It's a very important Vartikam. So which is this one over here. So as far as the book is concerned, we can use Adhyatma Adeshtayishyate. We can do that. So we can get all these, like, Vedikam Karma, Vediki, Vedika Dharma, Vidhi, all these we can get. But the only thing you're not able to get is, a one who studies that, I'm not able to get that. Okay, so let's leave it with that. So that is the thing. Okay, now we are going to jump to a different section over here. Ditas, which is next section in the book is takes is pratyaya dhak. Dhak. First example he gives is that the descendant of somebody. Atrerapatyam Atreyaha. Dattatreya, right? Datta, who's son of Atri, or Dattatreya. Actually, this is okay. Let's look at this one. So what we'll do is, before we go to this one, there is a famous sutra which is Tribhyo Dhak. This is not in the book. This is not in the book, but I thought I should mention it to you. We're talking about the adhika of Tasyapatyam, and we're talking about the Pratyaya Dhak. So we should know the sutra is Tribhyo Dhak. Like Kaunteya, of course, Bhagavad Gita, right? Good time to talk about Gita. Is Kunti. So Kuntyaha apatyam puman Kaunteyaha. Arjunaha Kaunteyaha. So Stribhyo Dhak, Stri Pratyayantebhyo Dhak. Be careful. Stribhyo Dhak doesn't mean after the word Stri. It also doesn't mean someone who's feminine. It means Stri Pratyayantebhyo Dhak. So look at the number 41120. By this time, without looking at Ashtadhyayi, you should be able to tell me the adhikar of Tasyapatyam. It starts from 4192. Apada Samaptehe. So this one takes us to Stri Pratyayantebhyo Dhak. Now, I think this one we already studied before is Ayaneya Ina Iya Iyaha Purda Kachagam Pratyayadinam, which means that Pratyaya Adehe Phasya Ayan Dasya Eya Khasya Ina Chasya Iya Gasya Iya Iti Ete Adeshaha Siho. If you have a Pratyaya beginning with a Phakaraha, it becomes Ayan. With a Dakara becomes Eya. With a Khakaraha, the Khakara becomes Ina. The Chakara becomes Iya. And the Khakara becomes Iya. Look at the number Sutam. This is a Angasya Adhikaraha. So it's a Pratyaya. Only when it's at the beginning of Pratyaya, not any Phakaraha, not any Dakaraha, not any Khakaraha. Pratyaya Adi Phakaraha. Pratyaya Adi Dakaraha, and so on. The number is 72712, which comes right after the Sutram Yuvaranakau, which I've seen many times. And as this always reminds me of my teacher who passed away last year, which always remind me that this Pratyaya Adeshaha, they always come in the beginning of 7.1. Saptamasya Dhyayasya Prathame Pade Purve Bhage Pratyaya Adeshaha Vihitaha. So they are prescribed here. Yuvaranaka, like we have said Atobhisa Ais, Niryaha, Jasa Shi, and so on. So here comes Ayan, Eya, Ina, Iya, Iha, Purda Khachagam, Pratyadinam. So Pratyaya begins with Pa, it becomes, the Pa becomes Ayan, Da becomes Eya, Kha becomes Ina, Cha becomes Iya, and Gha becomes Iya. And so here what happens is Stribhyo Dhak. Again, this is not in the book. It's a very famous sutram, Stribhyo Dhak. So you can put in the book of the sutram over here, Stribhyo Dhak. Stribhyo Dhak. Put the example Kaunteyaha, maybe like Gangeyaha, like Kaunteyaha, Sharadeyaha, Radheyaha. So all these words come there. Like how about this one? Minatayaha Apatyam Puman Vainateyaha, Garudaha. Vainateyaha, Garudaha. So Garuda's mother was Vinata. So Vinatayaha Apatyam Puman Vainateyaha. So Vinata, once we get the Pratyaya Dhak, the rest of it is straightforward. So Tasyapatyam, so Shashtyantam, so Vinata plus Nyas plus Pratyaya Dhak, Stribhyo Dhak. Vinata plus same thing, Supluk as usual, Supodhatu Prajapatikayoho, Halantyam. And then you get Dasya Eya. The question comes, why not use Chutu? Pratyadi Tavarga Chavarga Isyat. So because Vachana Samarthyat, the fact that Panini is saying in place of Dha, put Eya, there will be no use if you make the Dhakar as an It by Chutu. Then this sutram, this one become useless, right? So the Adesha Vidhanam, Vyartham Syat. So we cannot, make Chutu, remove the Dhakaraha. Then what's the meaning of saying put A in place of Dhakaraha? So Vachana Samarthyat Dasya Itsanyana Bhavati Dhakarasya. So we get instead the Eya Adesha. So Dakara becomes Eya. So Dha becomes Eya. Vinata plus Eya by this one. So Ayaneya Ina Iya Iha Further Kachagam Pratyadinam. And then of course the Adi Vriddhi by this Kiticha Sutram. The last sutram is 7.2 Kiticha. Right below the Diteshvachama Dehe Kiticha. And then Anjaneyaha. Right? Anjaneyaha, correct? Hanuman. So Anjaneyaha also like that. And then we get Yachibham Yasyeticha. We get the form Vainateyaha. Vainateyaha. Vinatayaha Pattimpaman Vainateyaha. So this is not in the book, but we're going to just put it here. Now, in the book, he has given the example of Atreyaha. Atreyaha. So, Atrerapatyam Atreyaha. Okay. Now, what sutram is this now? It says, Itaschaninnyaha. Itaschaninnyaha. So, Itaha cha aninyaha. So, ikarantat dvyacho, so dvyachaha, which has two vowels. Apatye dhaksyat natu inyantat. So, if you have a ikaranta shabdaha, which is dvyach, which has two vowels in that. In the meaning of tasyapatyam, pratyaya dhak can be used, but the condition is that should not be ending the pratyaya inya. Should be ending pratyaya inya. Okay. So now, okay. Let's take an example. Atrera apatyam atreyaha. Once you get this, the steps are very easy because atri is ending in the ikaraha. It has two vowels, akara, ikaraha. It is iti achdvayam. So we can say we can take two vowels and then pratyaya dhak by itaschaninnyaha, 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 itaschaninnyaha. So then we get, now we have one complication here. Atri is a rishi. Atri, one of the famous Saptarishayaha. So now what would happen is that this is the Sutram 41114, which would have got the Pratyaya and here. Because what does 41114 say? 4114 says that Rishyandhaka. So there's 41114 says that Rishyandhaka Vrishnikurubhyascha. So if you have a Rishi or a person of the Andhaka, Vrishni or Kuru clan, like like Vasudevasya Patyapavan Vasudeva, right? Because he is in the Vrishni. So Vasudeva was a Vrishni. So in the Vrishni clan, in the family of Vrishni or Andhaka or Kuru. So Rishi, the Rishi Vachi Shabda, a word which means a Rishi, or after Andhaka, Vrishni or Kuru, one of those families, then the Pratyaya An comes again. Now why again An is being prescribed? Because if you didn't have this sutram, then what would have happened if you take Vasudevasya Patyampaman Vasudevaha? What would have happened is that you would have had this Atai would have come. Like we say, Dasharathasya Patyampaman Dasharatihi. So then why not, same thing for how we get Vasudeva then? Because this sutram, which says Rishyandhaka Vrishnikurubhyascha. It says that this, in fact, this is one of the sutram which I feel tells us that the Ashtadhyayi was probably right after the Mahabharatam, somewhere around that time. This is only my own thinking. The fact that Panini knew about the Vrishnis and the Andhakas and the Kurus, etc. I mean, that is all the story of the Mahabharatam, isn't it? So Ashtadhyayi was probably right after or around the time of the Mahabharatam. Is what it seems. Anyway, so that since Atri is a Rishi, we'd have had to use the Pratyaya An. Pratyaya An would have come. But what this one is saying is that specifically says Ikaranta Dvyacho Apatye Dhaksyat. So if you have, and this is a Parakaryam also, look at 41122. So Atri has two vowels in it, and it's an Ikaraha. And it's not the Pratyaya. So then we can say, we can put the Pratyaya Dhak. So then we get Atri plus Nyas, of course Halantyam, then Dhasya Eya Adeshaha. So we get Atri, Nyas plus A. Rest of it straightforward. Supluk, Supodhatu Pradipatikayoho. Again, the Bhasanya, Adivriddhi become Atri. Because Kiticha, 72118, right below Taditeshva Chamadehe. So the vowel among the first among the vowel sticks, Vriddhyadeshaha, Atri plus A. Then Yachibham Yasyiticha becomes Atriya. Atriya. Now let's have some fun with this before. I think this will be the last class. Maybe next class we will talk about this. Tasyapatyam. Tasyapatyam. So let's go a little bit deeper over here to understand what this means by, try to take a counter example, of this natu inyanta. So if it's a inyantam, we don't get the pratyaya. We cannot use the sutram. Now, where does pratyaya I comes? By ata I, doesn't it? Because the sutram which we just saw, we get this ata I. If you have even the prag divya to earn is default in this section, ata I, say if you have akaranta shabdaha, then akaranta pradipatikam, in tasyapatyam, it is pratyaya I has to be used. So now, if you have pratyaya in the I pratyaya, then following that dhak cannot be used. So Atri doesn't end in the pratyaya I. But if you had a word ending in I, then after that you cannot use this dhak pratyaya. Now the question is that, look, let's take an example down here, okay? So itaha iti kim dakshihi. If you're dakshasyapatyam puman dakshihi, so son of or a descendant of. Let me remind you of one thing, that apatyam doesn't necessarily mean anantara apatyam. Doesn't necessarily mean whose immediate son or daughter may be. It could mean any descendant of that. We talked about in the last class. Apatyam doesn't mean only the immediate apatyam. It could be any descendant. So he says dakshihi. So dakshasya apatyam bhavan dakshihi. Now, okay, just like the form dashrati we did before. So dakshasya anantara apatyam atva gotra apatyam dakshihi. Dakshihi is similar with dashratihi. Nothing special. Once you add the pratyaya I, same as we did the form dashratihi. So we get the adivriddhi and then yasya ticha. All the steps are straightforward. So when you add the pratyaya, so this is using the pratyaya I from ata I from 4195. Now one thing I put here is anantarapatyam atva gotrapatyam. What is gotrapatyam? What is the meaning of what is this new thing gotra? What's gotrapatyam? So let's look at that sutram which defines gotrapatyam. Gotrapatyam says that it is the term gotra is defined by Panini in the sutram 41162. So here gotra is a sanya. It's a vyakarana sanya, vyakarana shastra sanya. It is not the usual meaning of gotra, but here it means apatyam pautra prabhuti gotram. So a descendant from grandson on down forward, the grandson, great grandson, great grandson, they get a sanya of gotra. So very simple sutram, apatyam pautra prabhuti gotram. So apatyattvena vivakshitam pautradi gotra sanyam syat. So when you talk about it as a descendant, when you're talking as a descendant, and then if it's a grandson or later, pautradi, it gets the gotra sanya. So gotra sanya, one more time, is a descendant which is grandson or later, grandson on down. Okay, so now coming back to what, let's take this sutram also. Eko gotre. So gotre eka eva apatya pratyaya syat. So in the gotra, we say grandson, great grandson, etc., they take only one form. We don't keep on applying the pratyaya over and over and over again. So from gotras, so all the gotra sanyakaha, so grandson, great grandson, great grandson, they will all they'll take the same pratyaya only. The same pratyaya will apply in all of them. Not different. So eko gotre. Gotre ek eva apatya pratyaya syat. So upagor gotra apatyam aupagavaha. So upagu when you take, if you take, this in this case we have to, when you add the pratyaya and just like we form bhargavaha, remember that, we can form aupagavaha. So son of upagu, aupagavaha, and his gotra has also become Aupagavaha, 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 like that. So Eko Gotre. Now, thing is that while we are doing that, let's do one more sanya. One more sanya is this one. Jivati tu vanshe yuva. What is that now? It says vanshe pitrado jivati pautrader yadapatyam chaturthadi tad yuva sanyam eva syat. Okay. What this means is that if you have someone from the great grandson onwards, chaturthadi, which means the son of the grandson. So pautrader yadapatyam. So son of grandson, etc. means great grandson onwards. They cannot get the Gotra Sanya, they get only the Yuva Sanya, Pradipatikam Yuvan. But as long as somebody higher up in the line is still living. So one more time, is that from great grandson on down, they will not get the Gotra Sanya, they will only get the Yuva Sanya. But the condition is that somebody elder should be living. So Pitrado Jivati Sati. So for example, if you have somebody's grandson, he's living, then great grandson is also living. The great grandson will not get the Gotra Sanya. He will only get the Yuva Sanya. So the Yuva Sanya and the Gotra Sanya don't coexist. They don't coexist. Only from grandson on down, only the eldest person living, he gets the Gotra Sanya. All other juniors, they get the from great grandson on down, they get the so this only applies Chaturthadi. Okay, so Yuva Sanya is only starting from great grandson onwards. So from great grandson onwards, if there's somebody elder living, then that person only get the Yuva Sanya. So if somebody like your father, your grandfather, great-grandfather, as long as any one of them is living, then the great-grandson onward will not get Gotra Sanya, they get only Yuva Sanya. Okay? And last thing is that Bhratari cha Jayasi. Even if your elder brother is living, still you cannot get you'll get the Yuva Sanya only. So anybody from the great-grandson on down, if your elder brother is living, or your father, grandfather, any one of them are living, then you will not get the Gotra Sanya, you will get only the Yuva Sanya. So Jeshte Bhratari Jivati Kaniyan Chaturthadir Yuva Syat. You get Yuva Syat. Okay, let's review one more time here. So first we have Tasyapatyam. Apatyam means any descendant. Okay, doesn't have to be an Anantarapatyam. Doesn't have to be. Could be grandson, whatever. Tasyapatyam. But now the grandson on down get a special sanya called Gotram. So apatyatveena vivakshitam pautradi gotsanyam syat. So someone who is a grandson on down and who's been talked about as a descendant of his grandfather, etc. So they get from the Mula Purushaha, he gets the Gotra Sanya. And Eko Gotre. Gotre ekevapatya pratyaya syat. Only one pratyaya will be used. They will not keep on repeatedly applying another different pratyayas on it. Only one pratyaya will be used. Okay. And that pratyaya will come from the Mula Purushaha. From that top person only. So we talk about, Gargaha. So from Gargaha only the pratyaya in Gotre. So all in the Gotras only one pratyaya come from the Mula Purushaha. So that's grandson onward down. Now, from great grandson onward down, Chaturthadi, they will not get the Gotra Sanya, they'll get only the Yuva Sanya. But as long as either an elder brother or father, grandfather, somebody is living, as long as anyone is living, then those great grandson on down will not get Gotra Sanya. He'll only get the Yuva Sanya. Okay, so let's just we'll finish in the next class also. We'll finish up in the next class. So now one more complication here is that Gotra Yunyasтрiyam. So now if you want to use a pratyaya in the sense of yuvapatyam, apatyam yuva, then the pratyaya will not come from the mula purusha, it will come from gotrad. So first you take the mula purusha, you first get the gotrapatyam. Then that gotrapatyam will take a pratyaya in the sense of yuvapatyam. So we'll look at an example. So gotrad yunya striyam, yunya patye. When we talk about of a yuvapatyam. Gotra pratyantad eva pratyaya. So a yuva sanya, when you talk about the yuvapatyam, yuvapatyam will not be formed from the mula purusha, formed from the gotra pratyantad. So first you have to form the gotrapatyam. Then from the gotrapatyam you form the yuvapatyam. That's basically what it means. Is that if you want to form the yuvapatyam, you cannot go directly from the mula purusha. You have to first form gotrapatyam, then go to yuvapatyam. But this is all not in the book. I'm kind of digressing a bit, but since this is the last time you'll ever see this prakaranam, so we'll at least go into this. So yunya patye gotra pratyantad eva pratyasya. So you have to go to two steps. If you want to form yuvapatyam, it is two-step process. You have to first form gotrapatyam, then to the gotra pratyantad you form the yuvapatyam. But striyam to na yuva sanya. In striyam there's no yuva sanya. It's straightforward. In the feminine there's no yuva sanya in feminine. Okay. Now let us take some examples over here. So we talked about what's gotra. Gotrapatyam is grandfather, grandson on down. And they will all take only one pratyaya, not different. We talk about yuvapatyam. Yuvapatyam is great grandson on down, as long as an elder brother or father, grandfather, somebody is living. And in yuvapatyam, when you have to form it from the gotra pratyantad. So it's a two-step process. You first form gotrapatyam, then form the yuvapatyam. Okay, now this whole thing started because we're trying to find a good counter example for this one which we just did over here. We did this form atreyaha, and that was formed from the sutram itaschaninya. So why it says iyantadna. Now you understand why we have to go so deep, because to get the iyantad, we'll have to first, let's take an example over here. It says that dakshasya anantarapatyam atva gotrapatyam dakshihi, because the descendant of Daksha, he can be either immediate descendant, he can be grandson on down, he will get the form dakshihi. How do we get dakshihi? Just like we formed dashratihi in a couple of classes back, we use atai. So even the pragdivyatvarn is there, but atai, because this is daksha, the ending in akaraha, pratyaya is used. The steps are the same. Adivriddhi by 7117, teshvacham adehe, and then yachibham yasyeti cha. So we get dakshi. So dakshi. So try to follow this example. Okay. So dakshasyapatyam, anantarapatyam atva gotrapatyam. So immediate son or grandson on down, everybody is dakshi. We got that. Okay, so far we are okay by using the sutram atai. Okay, by 4195. Now, if you want to form the yuvapatyam now, so he is somebody who is a great grandson on down of Daksha, but one of his elders is living, either an elder brother or father, grandfather, somebody. Then what you do? Then you cannot form from Daksha. You have to form from Dakshi. Because we just talked about that, is that to form yuvapatyam, you have to add the pratyaya to the gotra pratyantad. So here it says that gotra yunya striyam, yunya patye, gotra pratyantad eva. So if you're talking about great grandson on of Daksha, and one of somebody else is living for him, then he will not get the gotra sanya. He cannot get the Gota Sanya, because Gota Sanya and Yuva Sanya, they don't coexist. And he is great grandson on down, somebody whose elder is living. So he can only get the Yuva Sanya. And then he cannot use the word Dakshi for him. Doesn't have the Gotra Sanya. Then we have to use the Yuvapatyam. The Yuvapatyam, there is this, we have to form that word from Dakshi now, not from Daksha. Because it says that the, again one last time, is that Gotrad Yuni Astriyam. So you can have Yunyapatye, Gotra Pratyantad Eva Pratyasyat. So now when you have to form somebody who's a great grandson onward of Dakshaha, and one of his elders is living, then what we'll do is that we will take Dakshi, which is the Gotra Pratyanta Shabdaha, and to that we add this Pratyaphak. I'm sorry, it sounds very obscene in English. This sounds very, in English it sounds very obscene, but there is actually a pratyaya called phak. So this sutram is that yai yoshcha, so yai and iya. So if you have okay, let's look at Ashtadhyayi for a second over here, where we are in the Ashtadhyayi. Never lose track of that, because we lose. So first we had Tasyapatya. Then we had Eko Gotre. We just talked about that. So when you Gotra Patyam, only one Pratyaya is used, not different. Then Gotra Yunyastriyam, we talked about that also. If you want to form so if you form Yuvapatyam, you have to add the Pratyaya to the Gotra Patyam, not to the Mula Purushaha. Then we saw Atai and so on. We saw, and here starts this Gotre. So now there are some specific Pratyayas which can be used only Gotra Patyaya. So they can only be used from grandson on down. Now, Daksha was not having any special pratyaya have to be added to him in Gotra Pratyaya. So Dakshi was used in the sense of Anantara Pratyam Atva Gotra Pratyam, only Dakshi. But then come two rules over here, Haritadibhyo Vai and Yayoscha. So these two talk about a specific pratyaya to be used only Yuvapatye. So these two. So this 41100 and 41101, they prescribe specific pratyas to be used only Yuvapatye. So one more time, this Gotra Patye goes from Gotres, I should say Gotre, goes from 4198 to 41111, right before Shivadibhyo and Gotre. But within that, these two rules, 41100 and 101, they are talking about Yuvapatye. Yuvapatye. How do we know that? Because they are talking about adding a pratyaya to a prakriti, which is Gotra Pratyanta Prakriti. The fact that the prakriti is Gotra Pratyanta Prakriti means the meaning has to be Yuvapatye only. Because one more time, that we cannot form, if you want to form Yuvapatyam, you have to take the Gotra Patyam, Gotra Patyanta Shabdaha, and to that you have to add. So these two rules, they come in the Gotra Adhikaraha, but they are prescribing a Pratyaya which is to be applied to a Gotra Pratyanta Shabdaha. That means that the meaning has to be uni in the sense of Yuvapatyam. So one of them is Yayinyoshcha, Yayinyoshcha, Yayinyoshcha. So if you have a Prakriti ending in the Pratyaya Yai or I, then in Yuvapatye you have to use the Pratyaya Phak. Pratyaya Phak has to be used if you have a Prakriti ending in Yai or I, or I, in the sense of Yuvapatye. So what do we have now? We have the Dakshi. Dakshi ends in the Pratyaya because we formed Dakshi from Daksha by using Atai. Of course, Dakshi could mean Antarapatyam, could mean Gotrapatyam, also anyone. But when you want to form Yuvapatyam, then what will happen is that this sutram says that we have to use the Pratyaya Phak, because Dakshi ends in the Pratyaya. And the sutram specifically says, Yayoscha says, Gotre yo yo. So if you have a Gotrapatya Shabdaha ending in Yai or iya. Tadantat phak syat. The fact that we are adding this pratyaya phak to a gotra pratyanta shabda, this phak must be coming in the sense of yuva pratyaya only, because you only add a pratyaya to gotra pratyanta shabda when you form yuva pratyam. So only for when you form the yuva pratyam only, you start from the gotra pratyam and add a pratyaya to that. So so now what happens is that when you want to talk about a great grandson down of Daksha, and who's a kind of a junior means that somebody elder to him is living, then we'll get the form. We have to add Dakshi plus Nyas plus the Pratyaya Phak. And of course the Phak becomes by Halantyam, and the Pha becomes Ayan by the Sutra which we just saw today, which is this one, Ayane Yaha. So Pasya Ayan. So I mean derivation of the form is easy, there's nothing special. So what we do is that we get the Ayan Adeshaha, and then as usual Halantyam Supluk for the Pratyanyas Supodha Pradipikayoho. We get the Adi Vriddhi because the Phaka has the Kakal by Kiticha, and then so it doesn't need, because anyway Dakshi already has a Vriddhi, so it doesn't matter. And then we get Yachibham Yasyeticha, and so the Ikara takes Lopaha, and finally Atkupva Nung Vyavayepi, get Dakshayana. So Dakshayana is a grandson on down of Daksha, who's a junior, which he has somebody elder living to him. If he doesn't, somebody else is not living, then he will get the Gotra Sanya, and then all the juniors below him will get the Yuva Sanya only. So that's what's going to happen. So Dakshayana, one more time, is a great grandson of Daksha, or lower, who has an elder living, is Dakshayana. How do you become Dakshayana? First we form Dakshi by taking Daksha and using Atai by 4195. So that could be anybody, any descendant. Anantarapatyam, Gotrapatyam. But if you want to form a great grandson on down, Yuvapatyam, then we have to take Dakshi, not Daksha but Dakshi, and to that we have to add a Pratyaya, which is this, in this case Pratyaya is Phaka. Pratyaya is Phaka. So we get the form Dakshayana. So now the fact that the Sutram over here says that which used to form Atreyaha, we used Itaschaninyaha, Ikaranta Dvyacho Apatye Daksya Natvinyantat. That's why if you form the word Dakshi in Gotra Apatye, and to that Dakshi we have to add a Pratyaha, we cannot use this one, Itaschaninyaha, because it says Anyanyaha. Even though Dakshi has only two vowels, even though Dakshi ends in a Ikaraha, just like Atri, we cannot use this Sutram Itaschaninyaha because it says Aninyaha. It cannot be a, and why do you have to go to a Yuvapatyam? Because to add a Pratyaya to Dakshi, not to Daksha but to Dakshi, it means that we are now in the Yuvapatyam, because you took a Gotrapatyam, and then oh, Ramayanam. Is that you, Kalpesh? Ramayanam? So that is different. Ramayanam is Ramasya Ayanam. Ayanam is like the goings of Rama, or the biography of Rama. That is not this one. That's Rama plus Ayanam. Ramayanam. Okay. That's not the like Dakshayana. That's not Dakshayana. So that's the Samasa. That's not the Pratyaya Phak over there. Okay, time is almost up. Now next time, and then this thing it says Dvyachaha. Why Dvyachaha? Why only two H's? Because if you take a Pradipadikam like Udadhi, so Udadhe Rapatyam Audadhaha. So this Udadhi ends in Ikaraha. Ikara is not the Pratyaya I, but it has three vowels, U, A, and I. So we cannot use this Sutram, which is the Itaschaninyaha, because it is Ikaranta Dvyachaha. Anuvritti of Dvyachaha is coming down, the 41122. Look at 41122, Dvyachaha Anuvritti is coming down. So, so there, we cannot use, we go back to prag divyato an, and we cannot, so we get the form, we add the pratyaya an by prag divyato an. We cannot use the pratyaya, this one which we use for atreya. We cannot use dak, so we have to use only prag divyato an. So then we get the form. I mean, once you add an again, halantyam, supluk, adivruddhi, and then yasyeti. All these steps are common steps. Taditesha chamadehe, then yachibam yasyeti cha, audhatha. So audhatha. We cannot get it. Now, for next time, we will look at the sutram agner dhakka. So we are in the book here. I'm going to be a little bit slow because tadita adhikara is not easy. It is a lot of different rules, and so I'm trying to not spend too many classes, but try to give you some good idea of this adhikara. Next time we start from this word agneyaha, and we'll go to form this word, chanakya. This is also gotrapatyam only, chanakya. That's one we have to use 41105. We'll look at that one in next. So next time we start with this agneyaha, which will be looking at 4233 with the vartikam from agneya. So for homework 4233, and we'll also get some practice with this gotrapatyam, yuvapatyam. We'll take for homework, if we can take the word garga, okay, and form the apatyam, then gotrapatyam and yuvapatyam. Form these three. So first of all, when you form the apatyam, you'll get atai, become gargi. So gargi will be any descendant to start with. But then the special sutram gargadibhyo yai. So in the gotrapatyam, look at this adhikara which we just looked at, which is the gotrapatyam. Gotre, as I said, goes from here, from 98 to 111. So in gotrapatyam, become gargyaha. That's our homework, by the way. Derive the form gargi by atai, that will be apatyam. And then gotrapatyam, so grandson on down will not be gargi. They will get gargyaha. So gargyaha. So gotrapatyam. If you talk gotrapatyam, you should say gargyaha then. And then if you want to form the yuvapatyam, will be gargyayanaha. So so we'll get finally we'll get the form gargyayanaha. So next time we'll form agneya first. There's a different meaning. Maybe we'll start with this one next time. We'll start with garga. We'll form gargi. We'll form gargyaha. We'll form gargyayanaha. So in tasyapatyam we get gargi. In gotrapatyam we get gargyaha. And in the yuvapatyam we get gargyayanaha. So that's for homework next time. Okay, we'll stop with that. So Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhutame Bho Rama Mamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varadane Shri Rama Nama Varadana Undamiti. Thank you, Kalpesh. How's the recording? Okay? I think we're okay. Okay. Then Shubharatri and Hari Om.